Welcome to Hoop Chat by FastModel Sports. I'm your host, Justin Scanson. With us today is Kaileigh Brandt with Fox Sports and ESPN. Kaileigh, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Looks like you have some beautiful weather there at Starbucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it has its own geographical meteorology here at Starbucks, yeah.
Outstanding. Kaileigh, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're doing now, and what turned you into an X's and O's junkie.
Yeah, okay, so right now I do NCAA for Fox, sideline their games, and then I'm on Sports Nation as an analyst for ESPN. But as far as getting into hoops in the X's and O's standpoint, I grew up not so great environment, only sport cheap enough to play was, of course, the old basketball with no net in the community park. So I would watch kids play, which I never did, unfortunately, because I was nowhere near cool enough. The kids that were doing it were, mostly getting into trouble, so I kind of had to watch from a distance like a nerdy stalker creep. And I remember looking at the game strategically always, thinking it was kind of challenging to watch because it moved more fluidly than a sport like football or baseball, and then eventually got together with a coach and for hours on end would learn the terminology for what was going on in my head and the ideas that I had and the things that I'd seen on TV, way to get the ball open, and being a math brain, always kind of looked at it as this ever-changing strategy to work with semi-permanent pieces to get a max value. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was pretty fascinating. So I remember watching KG too growing up and being like, whew, he's a psycho. I was obsessed with him.
Mm-hmm. So you wanted to talk a little bit about Detroit and Cleveland. My first question for you with that is why?
Why Detroit and not Brad Stevens, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I love Brad. I think he's one of the better coaches in the league. I think a lot of people would tend to agree with me on that. And obviously a guy that knows how to instill confidence in his players, get them to buy in. Plus he's got that X's and O's brain that, of course, you and I love. But I was really excited for this Detroit team, to be honest. One, because obviously I'm a Boston College alum, and I can't help but want to claim Reggie Jackson as our one playoff thing. But two, I didn't have this series as a full sweep. And regardless of the outcome, I knew it would be tough for a few contests, and not everyone agreed with me there. But I was really excited for this series, especially to watch what Lou took from past Celtics or Clippers playbooks.
Well, it was, as a 4-0 sweep goes, it was as close of a series as that could be. Lou did receive a ton of credit for his ATOs this series. Was there a set or an ATO that stood out to you?
Yeah, okay, so the Kyries dagger at the end of Game 3 was one of my favorites. He and LeBron went nuts after. Kyrie comes up, sets a back screen for K-Love, who fades to the three-point line. And then as Kyrie kind of fades to the corner over LeBron, at the same time, Kyrie fades to the corner over the LeBron screen. And you notice in his play that LeBron cuts to the front of the rim before coming back to set that screen for Kyrie because of the tension that draws. And then immediately after that screen, he cuts hard back to the basket, and guess where the defense is pulled? To LeBron. And the activity going on the left side of the floor where JR's spacing it, and you've got K-Love on the perimeter, then cutting towards the basket. What that's doing is it's removing the threat of the help rotation to pick up Kyrie, as you've got two on Love cutting, so the defense has to stay fixated on that left side. And then, as I said, you obviously have LeBron going to the basket with essentially three guys on him, so Kyrie's left open for the dagger because Tobias was too late for the recovery.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll put that up on the screen so everybody can see it, and we'll get that in the library as well. So, yeah, I think that was a fantastic one, great timing, and Dellavedova being a fantastic decision maker, taking the ball out of bounds, always helps as well.
Right.
I love the Aussies. I can't help it. All right, last question I have here for you. Cleveland's waiting for the winner of Atlanta and Boston. What are some of your takeaways from scouting the Cleveland offense?
All right, so, as as far as what to look for going forward, Cleveland's usual plan of attack, right, is they like to go early and utilize LeBron to back down his man. And it's important to note that that's not solely to get LeBron to score, but to establish an entry point for the offense to run. So I would assume in that early action, a team would like to try and double him and rotate, or else, shocker, you let him get away with hooking his man and scoring up or picking out a shooter to assist. But, of course, from there, Cleveland loves the pick and roll. Kyrie likes to use those to get space. He'll split, crossover split, snake dribble to score for himself. But then LeBron will dominate the ball, particularly once you start getting into the fourth quarter and also after timeouts. When he's the ball handler there, it will be interesting to see how a team decides to attack that, because they can do it one of two ways. Obviously, you can either trap him early and make him give the ball up, or just back off completely and cut off his outlets so he has to be a jump shooter, or some combination of those two. That's what I'm going to look for.
Yeah. Well, and it'll also be interesting if JR comes to play and is hitting shots, and if Love plays to the level that we've seen him recently, Cleveland's going to be a tough out.
Completely. I love how Love is showing up, right? Right.
Along with playing Kevin in the Hoopers commercials.
Yeah. Oh my God, man, those commercials gross me out. I like watching I'm like, ooh, what is he walking in on? Look at me.
Kevin Love as a teenager and Baby Dame. Kevin, where do you get all those dimes?
Yeah, like what, Chris? Like, what did you just walk in on Kevin Love doing? Like, for God's sake. Look at me talking about this on air. Hi, agents. Are you proud of me?
Yeah, I may edit that out. We may not. We'll see. So, all right, Kaileigh, tell everybody where they can find you.
Oh, where can you find me? On Twitter, you can follow me at Kaileigh Brandt, just my name, KaileighBrandt. Same thing for Instagram, and Snapchat is Kale Eagle, but that's pretty much all the social media I have.
We'll link that up in the description for you, and we look forward to seeing what happens here with Cleveland and their next round opponent. And it's been a pleasure, Kaileigh. We should do this again.
Awesome, we will.
Awesome.